In our last livestream, a user asked us how to convert a hedge preset to an autumn look. Unfortunately, we couldn't tackle that at the time, but we're back now to show you how it's done. In fact, this conversion can be achieved easily by just tweaking the materials. You could actually use this technique with any model, but Forest Pack offers a wide range of hedge presets that are really easy to set up. Here's how to use them. First, click on the icon in the Forest Pack toolbar to create a new Forest Pack object. Then open the library browser and find the hedge library, which is included free with Forest Pack Pro. Choose a hedge that matches the height and species you need for your scene. In this demo, I'll be using the 2-meter high maple. Now draw out a forest icon in the scene. Head over to the Modify panel, find the distribution rollout and add your chosen path to the list. Hit render and let's see how it looks. It's nice, but it doesn't quite look like autumn, does it? Let's fix that. First of all, we'll convert all of the leaves to brown. Here's how. Open the material editor and copy the material. You can do this by selecting the objects from the Forest Pack's geometry list and then dragging the material from the slot into the material editor as an instance. Next, find the leaf shader in the multi-sub-object material. To transform the leaves to brown, we'll use a color correction node. Wire the green leaf texture to the input and wire the color correction node to the diffuse input. Adjust the hue and saturation to recolor the leaf into a reddy brown color. Now let's hit render and see how that looks. You might find you don't see a significant change, and that's because the material also uses a translucency map. But don't worry, we can easily fix it. So wire another color correction node after the existing one, and then wire that to the translucency input, replacing what's there. Now we'll lighten the map slightly and also increase the saturation as needed. You can play with these settings. Once you render again, you'll see it looks much better, but we're still missing some variety. It's too uniform. So here's how we can add that in. Wire a forest color map after the first color correction node, and then wire the color correction node to the default map and the map 1 input. Set get ID from to element so that each leaf gets a random material. Now hold down shift and drag to clone the color correction map and wire it to the map 2 input. Adjust the hue and saturation to achieve a yellowy leaf color. Wire the original green map to the 3rd input. You can control the probability of these maps using these values. For example, you can reduce the probability of the green leaves to 5%. Oh, and don't forget to tick the boxes next to each map to enable them too. Now let's render again. You can see that the results are much more varied and realistic. So now we have a brown hedge, but remember that in autumn the entire bush doesn't turn brown at once. Instead we get this beautiful mosaic of green and yellow-brown patches. We can recreate this effect by mixing the new brown colouring with the original green via a mix map. Let's do that. Wire a mix map to the forest colour map and then the original green texture to the other input. Create a new noise map and wire it to the mix amount input. The size is probably going to be about right, but do feel free to adjust it later for your preferred effect, and then set the noise type to fractal. To add more contrast and to better define the patches, enable Color Map and add 2 points to the curve. Set the first point on 0 and the second on 1, and then move them together to increase contrast. You can adjust the position of these points to control the proportions of brown or green patches. And now let's render one more time, and voila, we now have our completed autumnal bush. You can easily change that curve as mentioned to control the amount of green or brown leaves, as well as the tints using the color correction codes. It's an adaptable workflow that gives you control over the final look. You could even improve it further by using the same mix map to control the roughness of the material, as the brown leaf shouldn't technically be as reflective. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications for more tutorials. And as always, thank you for watching.